Hey everybody, I'm pretty much prepped for Mexico on an underpowered motorcycle. I'm not going to fly down to Mexico and on a whim buy a $10,000 or $20,000 motorcycle that I may not be able to ever get back into the United States. So at least this bike, if I drive it around and it gets stolen, or I crash it, or the cops take it, or I can't get it back into the US and it's a total loss, then I will have lost $2,000. I don't want to lose $2,000, but I'm willing to give it a shot. So this trip was not designed to be a motorcycling across Mexico trip. When I came into Acapulco, I flew with 2 suitcases full of stuff that I thought I would need if I wanted to move here. Then I left most of that stuff in Acapulco and started traveling by bus with this carry-on bag right here for the airplane trip into Mexico. And then this was my personal belongings type of backpack that I use on a daily basis. There's been no motorcycle trip preparation done, except I brought these guys because I was hopeful. The only problem with the bike is that it doesn't have a license plate. It's going to take like 8 days for me to get a license plate. It's registered in my name, which is cool. There's been mixed input about whether or not you can register a vehicle in Mexico that was bought here by someone who's not a Mexican citizen. I know I shouldn't really trust the dealership to do me right on this, but they said like it's no problem. I've been to other dealerships like, no, you can totally do this. So they took down my passport information, they gave me some paper that says, yes, this is my bike, and they say if I come back in 8 days, I will have license plates, which means I have to start my trip, come back here to get the license plates, and then keep going. This is coming upon Easter week where everything shuts down, so it might take 16 days, it might take, who knows how long it's actually going to take for me to get my license plates. I have 30 days that I can technically ride the bike without having any, without breaking any law, without a license plate. But you know, if a federale pulls you over and says, we're going to take you to jail, it doesn't matter if you're right or not, or if you're following the law. If they have the guns, then you have to do what they say, and sometimes that means giving them money. But I understand the bribes are pretty reasonable, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Right, pretty much all packed up. This is what we got. Couldn't find any regular tie downs, so I had to remember how to use rope. It's been a little while. It's not too tight, is it? So obviously this bike is not really made for this. But if I tip over on this side, I've got wheels, so that's nice. That's pretty much it. Grab an orange juice and I'm out. Alright, good news. My helmet is locked under my seat, and my seat is locked under my bag, and my bag is locked under the rope. So, we have to get my helmet out. Start over with the wrapping job. Shouldn't be too hard now that I've done it once, though. One other thing that I was told by an Aussie today is that he has a friend who was hijacked a couple times on a motorcycle down by the Guatemala border, and people would pull him over and then hold him at knife point. That's kind of a common thing, is people pull out a knife and like, give me your stuff. And they're amateurs, but most people are kind of afraid of that. But I also carry a knife, and I'm probably going to buy a bigger one now. If everybody's got a knife, then everybody leaves with what they came with. Unless I think I can get their stuff too, then maybe I'll make out a little bit, charge them for the inconvenience. I'm not going to have to use taxi services, I'm not going to have to use bus services, and honestly, I think if I ride that motorcycle around Mexico for 3 months, I take it home, let's say with 10,000 miles on it, I'm pretty sure I could sell it for more than I bought it for in Mexico, because that bike doesn't exist in America. And anything even comparable would be $3,200, $3,300, and it would be smaller, less powerful, less useful. So I figure the US value on that bike right now is probably $4 grand. Honestly, I'd like to keep it because it's a pretty sweet little bike. All right, ready to go. There she is. This is what I wear when I'm riding, at least for now. Long sleeves, tucked in, pants, socks, shoes, and this helmet. So I've got a visor inside my helmet, so nobody can see I'm a white guy. I'm going to try that at first, and that'll keep me from getting harassed too much, I think. And once I get more comfortable, maybe I'll shed some of this stuff. But at highway speeds, I should be comfortable enough. And that is Zipolite Beach, which is, I think, one of the only nude beaches in California, or in Mexico. And some people are nude, not everybody, not even most people, just a few. Old guys, you know? Old guys that love of the nude beach, and I know that they've been doing it a while because I got no tan lines. Gentiles, catch my drift. Actually, I don't know. I didn't look that close. So this is it. It's got a really cool little downtown area, and I'll be here for a little while. This is called, I think it's called Santa Semana, so Easter week. And Easter week means people get crazy and party and travel. So we'll have to see what this place looks like. When I think about living on a beach in Mexico, this is what I think of. I guess rustic is the word. A huge ceiling fan because it's blazing hot in here, especially right now during the afternoon when the sun is baking the side of the building. Super simple, kind of feels dirty, but it's not really dirty. But the mattress is definitely garbage and probably super filthy. Of course, there's a barking dog. You gotta have a yipping dog. Got my bike parked down there. So, first day I had to ride it through some sand. I'm cool with that. Made me wonder if I should have gotten the dual sport. Oh, look at this little guy. Hey, kitty. Doing some kind of setup for Sunday night, market night type of thing. I thought I had more to say. A lot of hippies here. It's beach town. Walking to the beach right now. I'm sitting here in the garden of a restaurant called Orale. So I just had huevos rancheros with a side of bacon, an orange juice, and a bottle of water for the same price that you would pay for an orange juice back home. It's hot, but it's like, it's just reality, you know? I'm not really uncomfortable. I'm just sweating and eating. I feel like somebody who just sits there and sweats and eats. This is where I just got a massage. Pretty damn good. Up for the weekend. Today's Friday, and I keep extending my stay one day at a time, which is not great on the busiest week of the year for tourism. That's what indecision gets you. So now I'm here on a Friday morning, time to pack up. So I'm working on all that right now. This is the moments when I get stressed out, when I'm not sure where I'm going or what I'm going to do. I found a place back in Puerto Escondido, and the lady who runs the Airbnb I stayed at, she said I could actually stay in a room at her private residence. It's about like 30 minutes outside of town, or 20 minutes. She said how the real Mexicans live. So I don't know what to expect, but it's got a private bathroom and a room, and it's cheap. So I'm going to give that a shot. Throw everything back on the bike, go to Puerto Escondido, grab the rack for the back of my motorcycle so that all this packing will be much easier from now on. Mazunte, another beach town. This one's a little bit more touristy, a little bit of a bigger town, so smaller than like Puerto Escondido. I'm just going to show you what it's like walking down toward the beach.